Hello everyone, I'm Dinesh. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a short video on Azure Databricks, and it's about something I have noticed and something a lot of people have asked me. How do you know if your Databricks workspace is actually enabled for Unity Catalog? Most people assume that when they create a new workspace, it automatically sets up everything for Unity Catalog, creates right resources, and then it links the workspace to the Metastore. So they just go ahead and start creating all type of repositories, catalog, tables, and things like that. But later, they realize that everything is getting created on the old Hive Metastore. Even I have experienced this, and many of my friends, colleagues, they have experienced the same. So when it comes to Unity Catalog, yes, Unity Catalog setup is supposed to be automated, but not in all regions or in certain situations. In fact, if you go through the documentation, the automation is being rolled out gradually. So if you're in a region where it is where it hasn't fully rolled out yet, then setup might not be complete. So it's important to know whether everything is created when we create a workspace. Okay, if anything additional must be created, what sort of things we have to create, and how do we really check if our workspace is really enabled for Unity Catalog. In this video, I'll walk you through it step by step. We'll create a workspace, a new workspace, and then see what resources get created automatically and check if it is actually enabled for Unity Catalog or not. And if it's not, I'll show you how to fix it. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's get started. Okay, so this is my Azure account. You can see I have open Azure Databricks Blade. I don't have any workspaces. We are going to create a new Azure Databricks workspace. Okay, but before we create a workspace, let's have a look on certain resources that will be automatically created for us, or in certain cases we have to create to make sure that workspace is assigned to Azure Databricks Unity Catalog. Okay, so first thing is this, my second tab, Access Connector for Azure Databricks. So what is Access Connector for Azure Databricks? This is the Azure Manage Identity Resource. Okay, so it simply helps us to make sure that the workspace we're going to create, okay, that workspace can securely access the storage account. We need to make sure that we have Azure Data Lake storage account for Unity Catalog. So we'll be creating it. Okay, once it is created, this Azure Manage Identity Resource will make sure that workspace can securely access it. But not only that, we'll be having something called Metastore, Unity Catalog Metastore. So this helps us to again, like this, simply handles workspace connection to Unity Catalog Metastore as well. Not only these two, there can be other Azure resources. So all whenever your workspace needs to access Azure resources, it will go through Access Connector for Azure Databricks. Okay, so think like it acts as a bridge that handles authentication between Databricks and Azure services using Azure Active Directory. All right. Okay. I'm not going to create a one. You can see create button is there, but let's see. Then we need to make sure that we open accounts.azuredatabricks.net. Okay. If I go for workspaces tab, you can see I don't have any workspaces. If I go to catalog tab, this is where we see Metastores. I don't have any Metastores yet. Okay, so let's see how we can create a one later. Okay, so in order to create a Metastore, or in order to have Unity Catalog enabled for our Databricks workspaces, we need to make sure we have a storage account. So I'll be creating a storage account in this resource group. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's go to this tab. I'm going to click on create for creating a new Databricks workspace. So I'm going to use an existing resource group. Let me expand this, and I'm going to select this resource group. This is what I use for my YouTube videos, and then I'm going to name this as let me say SQL Databricks 01. Okay, right. So this is going to be my first workspace. I'm going to select the region, Southeast Asia as the region. Okay. And then pricing tier, I'm okay with the premium. Rest is fine. If you go for networking, I can accept the default encryption. I don't want to do anything. Compliance, no, no tax. And let me click on review and create. So my inputs are getting validated. All good. I'm going to click on create. So let's see what it creates for us. So this will take about generally less than 1 minute. Okay, so let's wait and see. All right, deployment is complete. I'm going to click on go to resource. Let me close this notifications. So I can see my Databricks workspace. I can click on launch workspace for opening my workspace. So it is getting open. Right. So I can see, I'm sure that most of you are familiar with this interface. But before we explore this, let's go to Access Connector for Azure Databricks and see. Let me refresh this blade. I can see Unity Catalog Access Connector has been created. So this has been created automatically as a part of our workspace creation. Okay. Let's go to accounts.azuredatabricks.net and see if I go for workspaces. Let me refresh the whole page. I can see my workspace up and running. Okay. And if I go to catalog, I do not see any Metastore, the catalog, right? So this pass has not been, workspace creation has not done anything in terms of Metastore creation, but Access Connector for Azure Databricks has been created. All right. So how do I really check and see whether the workspace I have created, okay, this is the workspace, whether this is enabled for Unity Catalog or not? There are a couple of ways of checking it. Easiest way is if you have opened this accounts.azuredatabricks.net and if you check the Metastore, if you do not see a Metastore, then obviously you don't have Unity Catalog. Or another way is you can click on workspaces and you can see your workspace up and running, but you can see under Metastore there is nothing. Okay, so which means this is not enabled for Unity Catalog. There are some other techniques as well. For example, I can go to my workspace. Let me say, okay, I'm going to open a notebook. Go to my workspace. Okay, I'm going to create a new notebook. I don't have any data sets. Okay, I can connect with standard SQL warehouse cluster. Okay, I'm going to click on start and attach. So it is getting started. And then once I have my cluster up and running, I can execute a query like let's say select current catalog. Let's say Metastore. Yeah, okay. So Metastore. So if I execute this, I should see my Metastore, right? Or else I might see sort of an error message. Okay. So you can see this magic command has been automatically added. So let's execute this cell and see. So I'm getting this error. It says operation current Metastore requires Unity Catalog enable. So which means my workspace is not a part of Unity Catalog. Okay. There are a few more techniques. If I'm not mistaken, even can use show catalog. Yes, catalog. Let me run it and see. Right, this returns something like Spark catalog. In certain cases, I have seen it returns high Metastore. Okay, but we should see something like main or some custom catalog. Then you know that the workspace is enabled for Unity Catalog. Okay, right. Now we are 100% sure that workspace we created is not enabled for Unity Catalog, right? So how do we really fix this? First thing is we need to create a Metastore. So if I go to Databricks, accounts.azuredatabricks.net and then click on catalog, I can see a button called create Metastore. So if I click on this, this is the create Metastore form. I have to give a name and then I have to select a region. Remember, you cannot have two Metastores for one region. Okay, it's always one region, one Metastore. All right, so you need to properly plan how you're going to create Metastores for regions. Okay, so it's basically like, if you are, let's say your customer or your organization is basically so let's say your organization in particular region, and then you don't have any resources outside this region. In that case, you'll be using only one Metastore. But if your organization or your client environment is sort of distributed in multiple regions, then you can consider creating multiple Metastores. Okay, but one region, one Metastore, right? So name, region, and then you can see data lake gen 2 path. All right, it says optional, but if you're going to use your own one, you can create a data lake account and then have at the path like this, you can see container name at your DFS path. Okay, and then you need to have access connector ID. This is from your access connector. All right, so the first thing is you need to create a data lake account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new account. Okay, this is my resource group. Let me refresh this. You can see workspace has been created. So I'm going to click on create, and then I'm going to select storage account. Let me just search for storage account. Selected. This is what I'm going to select, storage account. Let me click on it. Create. Right, I'm going to name this as SQL storage, I would say ADSL for Databricks. Okay, let me name like this. And same region, standard, and I'll just select locally redundant storage. That's enough for this. I need to go to advanced section, and I need to make sure this checkbox is selected, enable hierarchy namespace. This is how you create a data lake storage account. Okay, otherwise it will be a blob storage account, right? So you make sure this is checked, and then other than that, I'm okay with default settings. I'm going to click on review and create. So you can see validation in the progress. All good. I'm going to click on create. So this creates a data lake account. Once it is created, we need to make sure access connector for Azure Databricks can access this. So we have to go through permissions, and then let's add access connector for Azure Databricks, which is our sort of a managed identity. Let's add that managed identity to one of the roles in storage account. Okay, so let's wait and see. This is getting created. All right, storage account is ready. I can click on go to resource. Okay, the first thing we need to do is let's create a container for our Databricks Unity catalog. So let me go to data storage containers. I'm going to click on add, and then I'll call this container as Metastore. Okay, right, all good. I'm going to create it. Right, my container is created in this data lake. Now let me go for access control, and then I'm going to click on add and role assignment. Let's search for blob. Let's pick this storage blob data contributor. Okay, I'm going to use this role. So let me select it and then click on next. I'm going to look for manage identities, select members. I can expand this and look for access connector for Azure Databricks. You can see one, which was created as a part of our workspace creation. and I can see the manage identity. I'm going to select it, click on select, review and assign. Role assignment is, you can see the message. Okay, all done. I can go to role assignments and see. So you can see Unity Catalog Access Connector is a member of storage blob data contributor. So our data lake is ready now. All right. Okay. Now what we need is, let me go to settings and then click on endpoints. I'll get a copy of this. Okay, because I need this. This is a DFS path of my storage account. Okay. Now let's go for accounts.azuredatabricks.net. Let me go back to catalog and then create Metastore just to make sure page is refreshed. So I'm going to create my Metastore. Let me name my Metastore like, let me name it like Metastore hyphen Southeast Asia. Okay, so I'm going to name it like that. Region, let me select Southeast Asia. Where is it? Okay, right. Data Lake Gen 2 path. So I need to select, I need to say contain is Metastore at. I copied the path, but I need to remove this prefix, the protocol, and the rest is fine. Okay, and the access connector ID, I can go to access connectors, open it, the overview tab. This is what we have to copy it, resource ID. Okay, that's what we have to copy it. So I'm going to click on this small icon to get this resource ID copied to the clipboard, and then go back to this, paste. Okay, right, all done. Let me expand advanced option. We don't need to worry about this. I'm going to click on create for getting my Metastore created. All right, Metastore is ready. Now we need to make sure that this Metastore is assigned to workspaces. So in my environment, I have only one workspace. If I have multiple workspaces, all the workspaces will be listed in this page. So I'm going to select my workspace. Then I can click on assign button. I get this message saying assigning the Metastore will update workspace to Unity Catalog, right? And it's always better to read all these things, all important things. I'm going to click on enable. You can see it is getting done. All good. Let me close this. Okay, I can see my Metastore. If I go for workspaces, I can see my workspace. If I go to workspaces tab now, let me refresh. Now under Metastore, I can see Metastore Southeast Asia. So earlier there was no value. Now we can see a value. So which mean it is simply my workspace is now Unity Catalog enabled. I can go to my notebook and run this again. So you might not see it immediately, right? I might have to refresh the whole thing. Let's refresh and run it and see. So anyway, my cluster is already terminated. So let me refresh the page. And I'll run this. It will start my computer resource. So let's see. This is getting executed. Okay, now I see a different result. You can see Hivestore is there, but I can see main sample system. So main sample system, all these are part of Unity Catalog. If I click on catalog, I can see these catalogs that have been automatically created. Okay, so under main, I can see two schemas, default and information schema. If I expand this, so if I have tables created under default schema, then I'll be seeing it. So if you want to create a new catalog, I can click on this plus icon and then select create a catalog. If I want to create a new schema under one of the catalogs, I can use this create schema button for creating schema. So this is how you simply make sure that your workspace is a Unity Catalog enable workspace. So I'm not going to cover anything like create catalog, create schema, what exactly Unity Catalog, what sort of things you can do with Unity Catalog and all. I'm sure that most of you are well aware of all these things and there are enough of resources. So this is something I really wanted to show you. I think I have covered everything I really wanted. If you have any questions or if you have come across something more about this topic, feel free to drop it in the comments. It will be helpful for everyone watching. All right. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.